and welcome back, and we're now going to do card number 2, which is this card here. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that I'm wearing something different to the first card, and that is because I filmed this on Friday, but I filmed card 3 on Thursday because, honestly, I keep my mini cut and emboss machine at home. So I don't really think about die cutting because I know I've got a machine at home. But when I looked at the project, I've actually realised there's 2 items on here I've not taken into account. Honestly, I cannot tell you how long I looked and thought, yep, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that in the kit. So I needed to put a bigger piece of card and paper through than what would sort of fit in the machine. So I've had to borrow one of my team members' machines because mine's in my office. She only lives down the road. So kind Joyce has lent me her machine. So hence why I'm wearing a different outfit. And then I'll go back to my checked shirt for video number 3. But I'm going to change this card up because I realise as well, I've not put you any white card in for doing this sentiment. Now, I know that you've probably got some white card, but Julie still feels bad. However, look, you had this piece of soft seafoam left, didn't you, from your trifold diagonal card. So we could use that and change the paper up. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I might use this stripy one, you know, the one that we cut into, for the front instead, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to use this rather than the Blackberry Bliss stripy. Okay, now, I've just realised, where have I put all my pre-prepared bits? Oh, there they are, over there. Okay, Julie. I think last night when I did paper crafts and piano, I've gone and actually cut into my piece of Whisper White that we'd got here. But that's fine because I can cut one down from some other card. So for this second card, you need your purple posy card. And then there was a piece of white that went with it. Yep. So the white piece is 10. I'm just going to cut this down. And hopefully I can do it from this piece. Oh, I might be able to get it out of this piece. 10 by 14.3. No, I'm not. So I'm going to have to use a new piece, Julie. Never mind, never mind. Let's grab a new piece of white. So I'm going to cut this 10 by 14.3, but yours is already cut for you. So you can just sit tight for this bit. But what you will want to do is choose some paper that you want on the front. And as I say, I'm going to go for this one. Yep. Oh, but I might actually have it going that way this time. So I need to cut this at 9.5, and you will need to cut yours 9.5 by 13.8. This is the one with the lollies on the back. So you should have plenty left. 9.5 centimetres by 13.8. Okay. And that's, oh, I like it with this stripy. You see, it was a little mistake that was meant to be. Now, this is where you will need a die of some description, and I have used a circle die. You also need that little packet that's got your piece of window sheet in, which is like an acetate, and it's got some of those sprinkles in it because we're going to make a shaker card. So I'm going to glue my piece of paper to the white. All right. Like that. All right. Okie dokie. And then you see that will sit. Oh, I love it with these colours. You see, it was a happy accident, was that? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the stitched dies, the circle. You can do a square, you can do whatever shape you've got, as long as it doesn't go any bigger than, I think, your window sheet. Well, actually, your window sheet, I think I've cut it about 9.5. So it doesn't want to be too big, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my machine, and we're actually going to cut through two. Look at how nice Joyce's plates are. I feel bad like using these plates. So I'm going to pop this in, and I'm going to do it more. It's more to the top. There's a bigger gap at the bottom because we've obviously got the sentiment on. So we're actually going to cut through two layers. So depending on your... Oh God. I feel bad using someone else's machine. That's all I needed to borrow this machine for. Oh, and I've got a picture on her lovely pristine plate. Whoopsie. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Joyce's stuff away. She's given me the plates in a lovely little bag. So they're now back in the bag. And I'm going to put the machine out of the way. So kind of her. Right, I'm all good now. So we have got our aperture. So we call that an aperture. Yeah. And we've got this circle. Now you can make this into a tag. You can use that, or you could use it even on another card. So you could, just a little idea is, and please do show me if you make another card with it, you could pop it onto another card, a white card base, put a little ice cream on, stamp a sentiment. I would love to see what you do with that. That's a little challenge for you. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky, because I gave you the window sheet and I didn't have any left for myself. So I am going to cheat, and I am going to cut down a cello bag, which is not going to be, well, it's going to be like a double layer. So it's not going to be as structured as what you've got, but it still should sort of do the job. Okay, it'll be a little bit more of a cheaper version of what you're doing, but that's fine. Now it does get a little bit sort of faffy now. All right, so what's going to happen is turn your what am I trying to say? Turn your paper and card, your panel, flat down so the pattern's facing down, and then you can stick your acetate on. Now you don't want the acetate sticking out past the white card, and it shouldn't do, because I think I've cut it so it doesn't. Now I'm just looking for some tape, because it's probably easier for me to tape this down, because it's, you could probably glue yours. You can probably glue yours, but because mine's a bit flimsy, I may be better taping it down. I don't think it will cope very well with the glue. Now yours won't buckle like mine potentially has, because obviously mine's very, very thin in comparison. But this is an alternative way to do it if you've not got any of the window sheets or any acetate. All right. So you end up with that. Can you see? It's like a drum skin on a drum. Yeah. Okay. Now what we need to do. We're going to layer this up with foam pads, because we want the sprinkles to sort of lie underneath and shake about like that. Yeah. And so what we're going to do Now, when I did this, I used some of the long adhesive strips. It's easier to use some of the adhesive strips, but you can get away and use any dimensional. So what I would do is I'm going to cut down these side bits, because you actually could need a flat edge, really. A flat edge works best. So what I want to do is I want to put these as close to the circle as I can. Yeah. Well, actually, you'd probably be best bending them. So what we can do is do that and then bend them round, because we don't want the little sprinkles to go past here. Yeah, this is like, what's that word when it's like a dam in a stream. Yeah, to stop the water flowing. It's like that sort of situation. Yeah, so you can use these edges, but sort of curve them round. Like that. You just don't want to see them sort of on the other side, yeah? You see what I'm doing here? Oops. I might actually peel that off out of the way, because it's getting in the way of the foam pads. And then just measure that last area. I think that should fill it. Oh, it's a little bit wide, so chop it off. You don't want them escaping. You want to trap them in like that. All right? So they'll be blocked in there, okay? But obviously, we don't just want the height in that circle. We need to pop. I'm going to peel these off, because I think it'll stick better. Well, it won't make a difference, will it, actually, because it's up. Just ignore that. I just wanted to peel them out of the way. So then what we need to do, I've got that Friday feeling today, is pop these on, sort of spaced about. So certainly do one in each of the corners. Make sure it's evenly distributed. Oh, that one's poking over the edge a bit. Oh, it's all right. You don't really need them at the sides, because we're quite close to the sides there, but I'd put one there, and maybe just one there. Okay, now for the fun part, we've got to peel, not feel. We've got to feel all those dimensionals. No, we've got to peel all of these backs off. Okay, so I'll race you. Not joking. So just take your time with this. And yeah, I shouldn't have peeled that thing off, because it's really sticky now when I'm trying to hold it. Okay, so I've done all the circle. And then I'm peeling these extra ones off. Okay, right. Now you think, how do I get them in there and then turn it over? So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this, open it out and have it flat. You don't want it popping up like that. And we're going to put that way up, because then we can just gauge. We can see where it's going to be, yeah? And I want you to grab your little bag of sprinkles, and you can see here you want them sort of in the middle but up a little bit. Aim for the middle but come up a little bit, and I'm going to pop a few of them in there like that, you see. I'm going to keep some aside, because I might stick some on my on my ice cream. Now, I didn't count these out all individually, so if some of you have got a few more than others, I do apologise. I try to do the same amount of pinches for everybody. So pop them in there like that and sort of put them all together in a mound. And we know that that's going to be the right sort of area. And then we're going to take this, probably best standing up for this bit. We're going to take this and eyeball it over our project. Like that, okay? And then look, woo! We've got an interactive card, yeah? How fabulous is that? It looks all right with the cello bag, actually. Woo! And now, finally, we're actually going to use your punch that you've got included, which we've not even used yet. And I think I've put mine away in my bag. Where have I put it? Oh, Julie, man. I tidied up yesterday. So I found my punch. I tidied up yesterday and I'm fatal when I tidy up. So we're going to use the punch. So the punch opens by unclicking the lock at the back. And if you grab your papers, I'm going to show you a little cool trick. So the one, you should have that one left, the cone one. And we also could use this one, which is that on the other side, to do the ice cream. Or you can choose to do it from this one. Yeah? Which is that on the other side. So it's up to you. But these sort of splodges are designed for punching out the ice creams. So I'll show you what I mean. So if you pop your punch in like that, you get like a little watercolory ice cream. So I'm gonna, yeah, there is a little bit of waste there, but that's okay. All right, and then feed this piece in. Oh, look, I've got a little corner there just crying out for this cone here. Oh, it might not fit. Ooh, just think it'll fit. Pop that in there and then you will get the cone. And it's a way of making the ice cream using the papers. Okay, so this is going to literally stick on there like that. All right. I might not even put any sprinkles on this because I've used a piece that's got quite a bit of nice watercolour detail. So I don't even know if I need to use any sprinkles on it. I might just pop the cone on like that. I've put quite a few more sprinkles in than I did on my original one. I mean, I'm happier that I've put a few more in. Okay, so if you have got some white, then please feel free to use some white. But I'm going to stamp onto here, onto this soft seafoam, and I apologise that I forgot to put that white in. I will do it with the Blackberry Bliss and see what it looks like. I don't normally like stamping colour onto colour. I'd probably normally stamp this with a grey. But that's okay. It's my problem. It's my fault. So I'm just going to stamp that here. And then I don't mind that actually, then I can cut that out. And then I'm going to use the one that says with sprinkles on top, because obviously we've got sprinkles inside. And what my tip is, because I'm going to cut this out by hand, I would do it on an edge that's already flat. And then you only have to cut sort of one side. This Blackberry Bliss is probably, look, it's the worst one for getting grubby fingers. So then what I'm going to do is cut this out, but I'm going to leave quite a bit of a space around the edge. It's not the easiest to cut out, but you don't have to go right down into the letters. Just go a little way down like that. It is a handmade card after all. There we go. See what this is like on the... Do you know, I'm not a massive fan of it on that, but it will be fine, okay? It will be fine. If you want to do it on white, then I'm so sorry. Thinking about it, I know that most of you will have the white from like parcel in the post and things like that probably. So that's going to go like that, and it's going to go there. Happy birthday with sprinkles on top. And what I'm going to do though is I'm going to tie, I put you in some of this seam binding, and I'm going to tie this round inside the card. Just check that you've not got it twisted. And I do like using this. Some of my ladies aren't super fans of it because it's crinkled, but that's why I like it, because it doesn't have to be a perfect. So just going to do a little bow. Could have made that a little bit. Oh no, it's not too bad. I'll just shush that bit like that and cut that off, because we don't want that brown mess there. That's the end of the reel, do we? So we can move that over a bit. Oh, it's a little bit twisted, but that's fine. I quite like that now. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. And then, oh, I've just had a really good idea. So hold the, it's not groundbreaking or anything like that, but stop the clock. Julie's had a good idea. Anyway, I'm going to glue this on. And that's going to go over there like that. Sort of, I'm going to overlap it onto the lower parts. Oh, I've got blotchy with my Blackberry Bliss. But anyway, my little idea is, I don't know how this will look, but I'm going to grab, I know you, actually, yeah, I'm going to grab some of this brown cinnamon cider paper and make, you could make a little cone, not a cone, flake in the top. What do we think? A little flake in the top like that. It's quite a cute idea. Does anybody else leave that to last? And then, if you did want to glue these, a few of these on, how many blue ones have I? Oh yeah, I've got about 5. I'd work in an odd number, she says, with 6 on that one. And I'd put the glue on the project and take them with some tweezers or with your scissors like this. I've got the shakes. And then drop them on the project like that, yeah? Oh, I've got 2 there. Oh, oh man. Should be having one of these today. Should have actually been in Hawaii today with Craigie on the Stampin' Up trip, but it's not meant to be. So thank you for joining me here instead. And hopefully we'll be able to go on next year's trip. And there we have our little ice cream with the flake. And that's card number 2, all done and filmed. So the last video, let me just move that and then I can pop them there and maybe zoom in a bit. Zoom in a little bit. And you can see what we've made. There's a fancy card today. And the last video will be on at 4 o'clock. So hopefully you'll have a chance to catch up, maybe have a comfort break, make a cuppa, pat the dog, you know, whatever you need to do. And I'll see you back here for the last card at 4 o'clock. See you soon.